Good day to everyone. Today I bring you a story that a mother told me after she wrote me an email of the passing of her son. And this is a sad story, and this mother wants closure. She's upset, clearly upset when I spoke to her on the phone. And in this email, when I go through it, you will understand why she feels upset. Now, there's many people in this country that's been deeply touched by the what's called the COVID-19 pandemic, and this mother actually lost her son. And I will just read you what she said because this is obviously sensitive. I will attach pictures of her son's birth of her son's certificate of death as well of his medical certificate so that you can see them at the end of this video and actually look for yourself to see what is happening within our medical system that is obviously governed by the World Health Organization. And this is extremely sad when people's medical certificates are fraudulently made out and their deaths are classified as COVID-19 deaths when COVID-19 had nothing to do with it. In fact, when the person is not even tested positive for the SARS-CoV-2 virus and they are still listed as a COVID-19 death, there is something wrong. And we need to question this. And this mother wants the nation to know what happened to her and her son in this instance. And I just want to read her email to you. She didn't want to do a live interview for obvious reasons. I mean, this is very sensitive. So it's important that we respect everyone's privacy. So her heading in the email to me is COVID deaths / false reporting. So she believes that there's false reporting of COVID deaths and then she provides the evidence. And I'll carry on to read. She says, "Good day, Des. Following the video you made reporting the death of a premature baby as COVID death, I would like to share my experience of how false COVID deaths are being reported in South Africa. My son passed away at home, so he was there, in August from what the paramedics suspected was a heart attack. There were no signs that he had experienced any respiratory distress at the time of his passing and had also not experienced any breathing difficulty prior to his passing, only nausea and vomiting. My brother passed away at home 5 years ago and a post-mortem was required because he hadn't seen a doctor. My son had also not seen a doctor, but I was told because a paramedic had declared the death as natural causes, a doctor that was working with a funeral home would sign the death certificate after a telephonic consultation with me. During the telephonic consultation with the doctor, it became clear that he was pushing to make it a COVID death. So this is her perception, and I've spoken to many people that experience exactly the same thing. He made statements like COVID kills quickly. We all saw how people drop dead in the streets. Nausea and vomiting are symptoms of COVID. He asked if I had any objection to having my son tested. The doctor asked me to do an affidavit at the police station to confirm the telephonic consultation with him in case any interested parties raised an objection to my son being cremated. This would just be to ensure that nobody could make allegations of foul play later. I did an affidavit but had an attorney commission it as I was not prepared to go to a police station, and in the affidavit I made a point of mentioning that he had an asthma attack the day before he passed away, but that after nebulizing he had no more problems breathing. So he wasn't asthmatic and he nebulized himself and he was perfectly fine afterwards. As it turned out, the labs were not prepared to test him and the funeral home had to do another affidavit at the police station. If you have a look at the Department of Home Affairs website, it would appear that they have changed the reporting requirements, and it would also appear that the forms for the death notice have changed. I haven't been able to confirm this though. She says, see item 77 of the medical certificate section of the death notice attached. And I will show you the death notice at the end so you can have a look at it. Note that you cannot report the mode of dying as cardiac arrest, because that can't kill you. This entire section in this case are outright lies. If you look at item 79, this is where the affidavits were used to determine cause of death. Not my affidavit though, only the interview was ticked. Okay, the death certificate says natural causes, and you'll see it attached at the end. I removed all the names so that they cannot be seen. However, the death notice to Home Affairs has the COVID declaration. The funeral home implied that it's all about COVID these days. They had somebody die in a motor vehicle accident that was declared a COVID death. So this was her experience at the funeral home. My cousin's husband went to hospital for pneumonia last week, and the hospital kept insisting that he had COVID. He was tested twice and both tests were negative, but they still insisted that he had COVID and treated him for COVID. I suspect that the doctors and hospitals are being paid for every COVID diagnosis and death. As Dr. Beata, who I interviewed before, confirmed, the hospitals have been mostly empty during the pandemic and must have lost a lot of revenue as a result. Being paid for a COVID case would at least provide some income for them. So these are her concerns, and they are all valid concerns. These are all questions being asked not only by medical professionals, but in this case by a mother who says clearly her son didn't die from COVID-19. It was clear that he wasn't sick from COVID-19, but the doctor questioning her wanted to insist that he had COVID-19 without examining him, testing him, or anything like that. And then she says, take care and keep up the good work. May the truth of all the evil that has been done to humanity come to light. And this is very important what she says here. She wants truth to come to light, because she believes that evil has been done to humanity. I believe that evil has been done to humanity. Many other people believe that evil has been done to humanity. And this is not a long video. I will attach now for you the medical certificate, and then afterwards I will add in the death certificate for you to look at. And I will leave it there for a couple of seconds. You can pause the video and have a look at it. Thank you for all of those that have contributed towards this tour that I'm on to reveal what is actually happening behind the scenes. I speak about what my father revealed to me in 2004 openly. And based on that, we know what the agenda is. I have the bigger picture and I will share it with you. Please support this tour that I'm doing in any way that you can. I ask you for that support because I need your support. I need you to spread the word of what I spread. I want you to speak to your friends and family, those that are willing to listen. And I want you to not let this mother's cause go in vain. Share this video with your friends and family. Show them the certificates so that they can see what our medical fraternity is doing, that they are fakely classifying people as COVID-19 deaths with no proof or evidence whatsoever. This is fraud, people. It is medical fraud. And these doctors need to be struck off the medical roll. They should not be practicing. They are dangerous. And I hope that we can raise enough awareness for this. So I want this video to be seen by every South African, even the skeptical people out there. Show it to them so that they can see what is happening out there in the medical fraternity during this COVID-19 pandemic. And it's absolutely shocking. For those of you who haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notifications for new videos. I will be doing a live interview later with Debbie Els. And I want you to watch that interview to see what she is doing, and I will ask her very pertinent questions. Like I've said before, all the people that are doing and fighting for individual causes, I believe they need to remain individual. You can support whatever cause you want. It doesn't matter what cause you support. Just be aware of what the people are doing, and in this case, Debbie Els will tell you what she is doing. And then you can decide to support her or not support her, or just be aware of what she's doing as an individual, because she's not an organization. She's an individual taking action on the ground. And Many of you might actually want to support what she is doing, and she will be telling you all about that. Thank you very much for watching. Till the next video.